Yeah, that doesn't help you, boy.
No, it does help him.
Yeah?
Why his numbers up?
What? Wait. What?
Nah, let's get to it. Let's get to
What
it.
the
Nah. You think you gonna come to my house like that? Bringing that energy? Yeah, nah.
Your thumbs? What? Okay, whatever. Yo, Jeff,
It wasn't thumbs, it was numbers.
I thought I heard thumbs.
No.
I'm like, yo, you're a freak bull. That's why I'm like, yo, what are we doing right now? I heard thumbs.
I knew you thought I said something different. I was like, nah, let me stop. It's numbers.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's numbers.
Huh?
Thumbs is crazy.
Thumbs is wicked. I wasn't.
No.
Are you guys a thumb in or thumb out type of guy?
Thumb out.
Thumb in? I never had the chance.
And me neither. That's why I said
think
thumb out.
I'm gonna answer at what?
He said it. He said
Yo,
it.
yeah,
Same
both
opportunity.
of you. I can't pot today. Both of you are on a different type of zone right now.
Yeah.
Both of you are on a different type of zone right now.
Yeah, nah.
I'm gonna answer. I'm a thumb in guy because I've wanted to do it, but my partner is like, don't you think?
Yeah. Nah, you
know?
can't catch balls, bro.
You just gotta keep pumping. Just gotta keep pumping.
Yo, your team is foul.
Yeah, but we definitely are. But you know what I noticed today? This is like the first time in a while that I've had fun.
Yeah, it did look like you guys were having
Like we
fun.
were having a grand old time out there.
That was cool to see.
Yeah. Jeff, I had a question last pod that I couldn't really ask because you weren't here. You were tied up, right?
Word.
And I'm gonna not really ask you, but I'm just gonna say to you, like, you know what's one thing that I'm like really happy about? That we no longer are getting women Father's Days. And do you know what I mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Okay. It kind of faded out a little bit, right? But there was a point in time where when Father's Day came around, the single moms wanted to be like, Happy Father's Day to me. And that was kind of annoying. And I wasn't even a father then. I just hated the concept of, and vice versa. Like I hated single dads on Mother's Day doing that shit too. Like but now that I am a father, now I'm like, damn. I don't know if it's maybe because I'm older or because I'm a father now. Like I feel like I hear it less. Like you don't, or at all. Like I don't hear or see on social media anybody like, Happy Father's Day to me. And I'm like, yeah, shut up. Dude. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, nah.
just me?
Yeah,
that's
because
just
I
you.
don't got
Just me. All right, well, welcome back to another episode of the Savages in the Box. My fellow salvajes. I am here with my fellow salvajes, okay? You already heard our voices, because I know there's one that you don't see. But let me introduce the gangies. The salvajes. To the right of me, you already know who it is, gang. Okay? Your favorite first baseman. Gold Glove first baseman, okay? Mm-hmm. Defending national softball champion, fantasy football champion, all that fun stuff. Round of applause to your favorite first baseman, Eli, a.k.a. Mark Teixeira. Big E, how are we feeling? Great?
Awesome.
You look great.
Thank you.
Smell great.
Thank you. Took a shower.
I hope. To the far, and I mean far. He is no longer on camera. Asterisk. You will be seeing him on camera. We're going to just be switching frames. But we have our new and improved third salvaje with new role, right? New job. I ain't give him a raise though, because I just didn't give him a raise. I gave him more stuff to do without the raise.
Yeah.
But everybody give a nice round of applause to Jefferson. Jefferson.
Damn.
Jefferson is our new off camera, but there's going to be frames where you're going to see him off camera guy, stat guy, info guy. So you're going to see us now. If we need information or we are not too sure about something. Hey, yo, Jeff, real quick. How many hits did Tony Gwynn have in 1993 World Series? Yeah. Lied to you. He didn't play in the 1993 World Series. But he's gonna have us on check for now on. But he is still going to be on our topics. It's not like he's just not potting. He will still be potting. And like I said, he will have his own camera. Insert frame. Insert frame right here. His own camera. So when he does have an extensive, I was about to say intensive, extensive take, boom, Jeff is big screen on y'all.
Yeah.
And your favorite dad, Nefty, the man that makes fat look sexy. I'm glad that you guys are here, happy and healthy. But let's get the pod going. And we're first going to start off with college basketball, okay? Obviously, this well, maybe not obviously. For those that are new, to the new viewers and listeners, our podcast drops our main episodes because we do have Patreon exclusive episodes that release on a later time during the week. Our main episodes release every Tuesday morning. I try to do my best for Tuesday mornings, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys, all right? I know sometimes I slack here and there, but it's me just doing the final touches. But every Tuesday morning. So by the time this episode comes out, the men's championship game or national championship game has already happened. But as of now, we don't know who's the national champion. You on the screen, as well as listening, you technically already know. Or know by now, all right?
Yeah.
But what we do know at this moment of recording, UConn beat out South Carolina to win their 12th women's basketball national championship. Kudos to the UConn women's Huskies. Okay, round of applause for them. This is their 12th. Okay, you know what else I found out, my boys? They have two, not one. They have two four-peats.
That's insane.
They have two four-peats.
Four-peats.
I had the years in my head, but now I forgot. Jeff, if that's something you want to look up as your first look up, you could do that. Yeah. But they have two four-peats. Yeah. And they have like two peats or one two-peat or whatever. But I don't really. Okay, I'm gonna be the hater. When it comes to the women's UConn Husky, is that what you do? Read between the lines. Yeah. Okay. I can care less for them, but I'm not going to disrespect them. They are great. They had greatness, and UConn's women's national basketball team or whatever. Not national. They just go together, and I gotta respect them for that. Okay.
They don't have two four-peats.
What do they have?
They have one three-peat, and then they have one four-peat.
Read the years.
So they have one 02, 03, 04, and then 13, 14, 15, 16.
Damn.
They missed 01.
But that's wrong, because that's not 12 either. They have 12 titles. I think you only read to me like 7.
Right. They have 95, 2000,
okay,
09, 010, and this year.
Damn.
Am I hearing them right? I don't think you're. Read the years again. I don't think you're. Okay, go ahead.
They have their first one was in 95. Then they got 2000.
Okay.
02.
Okay.
03. 04.
So that's probably where I messed up.
Yes.
Because I thought that was a 4-peat and it's not. So they have a 3-peat.
They have a 3-peat and then a 4-peat and
a 2-peat.
Yeah.
Because they won 09 and 2010.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Damn. They almost had a 5-peat.
Yeah.
If they won in 01.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been gross.
What the
Yeah.
I don't know if, you guys, none of us watched the game because they both. Technically, I am part of Jeff's team. I don't play because of my surgery. I am the manager or whatever the heck I am to this team at the moment. But we didn't watch the game because all three of us had softball games to play / attend. But we didn't miss much from the final score.
Yeah, looking at it.
It was almost a 30 ball.
It was a blowout, 82-59.
Jeez.
So we didn't watch the game. We can't really break down for you guys. I am truly sorry to see what happened. But by the score, you could just pretty much guess. They got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the men's side. All right. The national at this moment of recording, of course. Once you guys listen and hear this pod, it is already done, and we already know who's the national champion. But at this point of recording, the Florida Gators will be facing off against the Houston Cougars. What's their mascot? Look up what the Houston mascot for me, please. I kind of forgot. I think it's Cougars. I want to say it's Cougars. In the men's national championship, okay, we've seen Florida beat out
Auburn.
And we've seen Houston beat out
Duke.
unfortunately, to make it to the national championship. The floor is yours. And like, tell me what you see, what you like from what you saw. Who do you think is winning it all? Is it Cougars, Jeff? You looked it up?
Yeah, it's Cougars.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna continue doubling down on Florida to win the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Florida played well, but I thought Auburn had chances to go ahead and take over and go on a run. I just felt like they went away from Boom. They really tried to get their guards going, and if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yanks.
And by the time they got back to Boone, it was too late.
Broom, I think.
Broom, yeah,
I think it's Broom.
number 4. He just seemed like he was dominating, and they didn't double. And for the Gators not to double him, and for him to go off in the first half, how do you not stick to that same recipe? And they didn't. They had him in pick and rolls, and he would pop instead of roll. And instead of being at the block, they didn't pass him the ball down there. They were really, really guard heavy, where that allowed Florida to go ahead and take over. So shout out to Florida for winning. Clayton went crazy. Shout out to Thomas. Thomas, you were going crazy. They played well. They played really well. The only if I give them or knock where, like I said, Auburn was in the game was because of those offensive chances. I think they had 10 offensive rebounds where then Auburn was able to hit those threes. But that happens because the bigs, you had that advantage and they didn't take advantage. So for them, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, Auburn. There was a few plays where Auburn, like they just, lack of a better term, dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They should have taken advantage of Florida's mishaps, or if they would have just secured the defensive rebound and not allowed Florida to get an offensive rebound, which is already tough to do, to either eat more clock or score the. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, off camera, me and Eli have spoken about this, guys, and because I'm an Alabama football fan, yuck Auburn, but. Excuse me. Well, yuck both of them, technically.
Yeah.
Yuck Auburn and Florida, because they're our rivals in football. But I'm not rooting for Florida. I'm asking Florida to lose the national championship. Now, where I'm going to give them kudos is this. In the last 3 games they have played in the tournament, regardless of what the score shows, where I am giving Florida a round of applause is they tend to just figure out how to win this game. They're down by however many points, or maybe they're up by little bitty points. But they find a way like, hey, let's close this game out. And I got to give them props to that, regardless of my biasness or whatever you want to call it. And that's a winning pedigree. That's winning mentality. All right, guys, let's lock in. Let's close this game out, and let's bring it home. You know what I'm saying? I already spoke on Auburn. Now, on the Houston and Duke side. One of those teams did the same thing Florida does and made sure they locked in and won the game. The other one,
not so much.
Wasn't ready for the spotlight, I guess. I'm not too sure how to name that or title that, but the Duke Blue Devils, with about 48 seconds left, if I remember correctly, were up by 6 or 7. Their winning percentage was at 95.7% at this particular point in time. Obviously, that didn't come through.
Well, they scored 7 points in 16 seconds. Speaking about Houston, so that'll do it on some Tracy McGrady type.
Yeah, no, they really. Oh, Houston.
Yeah, basically, yo.
Because McGrady did that with the Rockets, right?
Yeah, against San Antonio. Yeah.
But look at that.
Yeah.
The Final Four is in San Antonio.
Yeah,
no,
crazy.
they really did tap into the Tracy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. We just put 2 and 2 together, or put 7 points together.
But yeah, I think that was. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't do that.
The way Duke played, they controlled the game. First half, second half. In that second half of the game, there was 5 minutes where they did not have a field goal made, and you know, when you go through a drought like that, you know, you would invite a Houston team that didn't let down at any point of the game. They were down 10, still fighting, down 12, still fighting. And coach was right. He was like, "Hey, man, we just need to keep it close and have a fighter's chance against them." And that's what they did. They kept it close. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the foul call to then get
off the free throw.
yeah,
right?
to get those 2 free throws at 1-1. I didn't like it. I thought it was ticky-tack. But hey, when you have opportunities, stuff like that is going to happen. You have to seal the deal. You can't think you're going to get a bailout for just playing well. You know, Proctor did have a bad game. 3 turnovers in that 3-minute mark was very crucial.
And unfortunately, that missed free throw.
Having a 1-on-1 situation where you're up 3, you know, if you at least knock down the first one, it puts you in a better shot. But he missed, you know, that's 5 points right there. You know, the 2-possession game, and then look what happens on the other side. So, you know, it's tough. It's tough to be a Duke fan because you definitely outplayed them the entirety of the game and lost the ball in those last 3 minutes.
Now, Jeff, you were away. You weren't with us last night while we were watching the game, but you immediately texted the group chat like, oh, you know, what you said. I'm not going to repeat what you said. What did you see?
I watched the whole game. We played very well in the first half. The way that we maneuvered the ball and everything, but as soon as like the second half came down, it was just like we didn't play Duke basketball.
See that?
And there goes again. I mean, Cooper goes again trying to save the game with a last second shot, and he messes up. What is this? Like the third, fourth time that this happened this season?
I'm with you because I'm gonna be honest. I said this all game. I was saying this all game. He was taking it to the rack and he was unguardable down there. You know, I think he missed 2 free throws. I mean 2 layups, but you're taking it to the hole. He was very aggressive. I'm like, take it to the hole or you hit the 3. Because to be honest, his shooting from the 3 was impeccable.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
But any mid-range shot, it just wasn't it. He had 2 turnarounds on the elbow on the left and on the elbow on the right. And I said, Papi, that's not your game. Or maybe it is your game, but they weren't hitting. So I'm like, yo, you either have the tray ball going for you or you take it to the rim. And as soon as he turned right into the middle of the paint, I go, yeah, he's missing. And he looked at me, and Bray goes, and I'm like, bro, it's a good shot for him, but you haven't hit that shot all game. All game. You haven't hit that shot all game. So for you to go to your go-to, you end up in that position where, it's hand in your face and you were short. I think in that wing, you bring it back out, you had 9 seconds when that ball went up. You know, I think he could have got a better shot. I know he tries to go at him, give the ball back out, bring it right back up, and attack again. And I think that what you said was pressure got to him. He's like, I need to score quick. And he went to that, turn around into that mid-range. And it's a difficult shot. I get it's Cooper, but you got to get a higher percentage shot than that.
Yeah, it just, what was, because Jeff saying what he just said really, really brought me to this point right now. What stinks is, since the ACC tournament, all 3 of us have been saying it. They're playing very well without Cooper. Once the NCAA tournament started, they're playing the same ball and just adding Cooper to the mix.
Yeah.
This game looked like it was just Cooper ball. Or it was like, we need Cooper to save us. Instead of like getting back to, like you said, Duke basketball, which is, it's a little sad because, Shire's been here before. Shire's won a national championship. Yeah. He's been to multiple Final Fours or whatever, whatever the case may be. So it just kind of stunk. And then, another guy that I was giving kudos, Malawach was playing very good basketball. Malawach is 7'2". He allowed a guy that's 6'9". Yes, I get that he's very, very aggressive and he's very, very athletic, but you allowed a guy that's 7'9" outplay you. I know height doesn't really...
6'9".
Sorry, what did I say? 7'9"? Sorry, 6'9". I know height doesn't really, it's not that big of a difference, and sometimes in basketball, height is not really the outlier, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like if he would have just played to his height,
You think about it, you're saying like, yo, he's 6'9", you're 7'1", like you should be able to handle yourself.
Yeah, get at least a little bit more rebounds. Try to lay up or dunk it over him. Like you allowed this guy to literally just baby you.
Yeah, dictate anything down.
Baby you, and that was kind of sad. Obviously, you said that Proctor played a bad game. It wasn't that it was a horrible game, because I won't say Duke played a horrible game. They played very well, but.
No.
But they played in pockets, and then obviously at the last 5 to 7 minutes, it really just went downhill. And then kudos to Houston, they really locked in and said, "Yo, this is our chance," and took that momentum into.
Yeah, you really got to give
Natty.
credit because Cryer, the point guard, he was hitting some really big shots, and you would think after hitting or knocking down a couple that you would switch it and go ahead and make sure that wasn't happening. But they were just fighting over the screen, and it was too late. They were just too late to contest, and he was just knocking them down. So shout out to him because he had a really good game. I'm not gonna get a shout out to your headline, but
Well, I was just about to say, if another big shot that Cryer probably should hit is maybe seeing a Barber, because brother,
a taper's not it. Definitely try to get a fade.
whoever told you that looked aight, fire them, or stop being friends with him. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm not in the right position, or we're not in the right position to say that about. But that hairdo / line was wicked.
A 0 to that is crazy work, bro.
Like brother, man.
Yeah.
Jeff. Well, anyways, before we get to that, let's give Florida and Houston a round of applause. For making the Natty. Again, by the time you guys watch this or listen to this, we already know who's the national champion. But for both of you teams, good luck in the Natty. Speaking of playing at your best, you have a question for us, Jeff. That was a bar.
Wow.
Shoot.
What's something you do on a regular that you think you're the best at?
Snore. I'm good at snoring.
No. Yeah, Jeff has said you're pretty bad. Jeff has said you're pretty bad.
Yo, when did we have this
You
conversation?
admitted that you were pretty bad.
I know, but we don't have to have the
You said
conversation.
3 rooms, though.
What happened?
You said you need 3 rooms.
I never. 3?
You said 3. Yesterday you said 3.
I did say that. You're right. I thought you meant like I need a 3-room space from other people.
No.
Like I thought that's where you were going. I was like, damn, bro. I thought we were boys.
No, you just
Holy
need 3
smokes.
separate rooms.
Heck yeah. Whoever my partner is going to have her own room. My son has to have a room. And I have to have my own room. Because, boy, I'm waking people up. Unless you are a heavy sleeper with me, then we can sleep together. But, brother,
Yeah.
I need a...
I ain't gonna lie to you. There might be one person that may compete with him, but I think he tops it off is my dad. Hey, yo, the crazy part is...
My
the
dad
other
is
day-
crazy, but okay.
The other day we had a conversation because the one time we were supposed to put Ray and my dad in one room, and I said, "Nah, that's Chiquito Team Band right there, bro." Yo, that was like a whole band like playing
they
in
were
that
playing
room.
and
a whole snoring concert.
yeah, that's
A
crazy.
whole snoring concert. Do you do that? I gotta really lock in something that I do every day. That's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Be a dad.
Oh, that's good. I like
Be a
that.
dad. With obviously the cards that I'm dealt. I'm not saying I'm in a pretty bad position, but I don't see my son every day. So I try my best to be the best dad that I can be.
I like that answer.
I think the best thing I do is I think pee in the toilet pretty well.
Okay. All right.
I think that's
on the
typical.
mic.
Good.
On the mic.
Good stream.
I think it's pretty difficult.
No Twitch.
for a guy. You know how sometimes you get 2 streams, sometimes it's.
Yo, who are you capping to?
Yo.
You just said it's pretty difficult for a guy? It's probably the easiest.
No, yeah, bro, but it's
Until
it does some wild stuff.
we're
sometimes.
rock solid, kid.
Yeah, try to get low. You got to bend.
When you're
Morning.
when
bro.
you're rock solid, how do you pee?
Yo, you want me to be honest, bro?
I
I'm
plank.
Nah, I kind of hit the diddy bop in an angle. I'm at a 45.
You do the stanky leg.
Nah, I literally bend like if I'm in RDL position, bro. I'm dead ass, bro.
So much weight, you got to RDL that shit?
So then I got a direct line.
Yo, the presentation is criminal.
Yo, homeboy said I got a direct
Yeah,
line.
there's no this. I'm freaking hitting the back, freaking
A backboard abuser.
yeah,
Giannis.
bro. What is this? I'm at the
Giannis.
spraying like this.
Pianist.
Giannis. Giannis. That's your new podcast name. I'm just kidding. I'll take that one back.
Yeah, no, not good.
I'll be doing the Colin Kaepernick, bro. One knee.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for this.
Yo, next one.
Yo, what?
Not.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna move past that.
Nah, but you gotta think about it, bro, because like you rock solid and it's out of control.
peeing up?
Do me a favor.
What?
Do me a favor. Don't put you gotta think about it and I'm rock solid in the same sentence ever again. Don't freaking do that. Okay?
Yeah, nah, bro. What?
All right. So you're what you do every day at your best is peeing.
Yeah, man. The best? I think I do things good. I don't think not the best.
My boy said I'm $1, bro,
Yeah, like
and I'll still get a finals.
yeah, MVP, 100%.
Okay. Jeff, this is your question. So what do you do the best every day?
Y'all already know, being late.
Oh, I can see that. Damn, son, he not. Yo, y'all. Yo, that's a fact.
Yo, no one is beating me. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Every conversation about being late, that's me.
No, we are beating you. Beating you to the spot for first. Like,
It's me.
Lindo. Nah,
nah.
I even tried to finesse him one time, bro. Yo, remember that one time he finessed me?
Yo, what you? Yo, that was the funniest thing.
I'm like in my head, I'm like, everyone knows I get out of work at 7:30, and we confirm like if we're going or not. So I hit him up like, yo, I'm getting out early. Cap, I'm not. I'm like, yo, I'm getting out early. I'm gonna get there at 7, and I'm like, all right, bet. So he's like, all right, bet. I confirm at 3:00. Yo, we're still good for 7, right? He goes, yeah, papi, I'm not going.
Reverse. He hit you with a reverse card swiftly, brother.
How are you not going?
And then
How do you-
my boy thought he had checkmate. Jokes on you, King.
Like, no, we good for tomorrow. Hits me the next day like, yo, papi, I know you get out early, but I ain't making it. I was gonna pull up at 7:45.
I hate both of you, by the way. I just said a bar.
No, bro.
No, you got it. I just didn't phase it.
Damn, but
No, bro.
you gonna do
beats
that,
my
bro?
bar.
Yeah, no, I'm doing that.
No, but that's why I'm mad, bro. Because that bar was tough. But you're not gonna give me my kudos.
Let me hear.
I just said no. I said you thought you had checkmate, but you were wrong, King.
Ooh, but isn't it a queen?
Well, checkmate will be on the king.
Ooh, fire. That was a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. Nah, that is a bar.
All right. Now that we're off my apparently my not so impressive bar, we're gonna stick with basketball, but now we're gonna go into the pro level. And boy, NCAA March Madness is officially over again by the time you guys get this episode. But that doesn't mean the basketball fun time or whatever you want to call it, or basketball madness. That's a better way to say it. That doesn't mean that the basketball madness is done. NBA playoffs is right around the corner. Yeah. And boy, that West Side is getting chippy.
Yeah, man.
Eli, Big E, first baseman.
Yeah.
The floor is yours, bros, because you was a Lake Show fan.
Dude, yeah, man. I don't know if you guys watched the Laker game and Golden State. Did you guys get to watch that game? Dude,
That was the night that we texted, right? I watched a little bit, but I was extremely tired, so I knocked out.
If you're a fan of just basketball and entertainment, that game was it. Like,
Okay.
LeBron and Steph, when they just face each other, it's always a show. Always a show. And I'm gonna be honest, it was I was a fan. Like, yeah, I want the Lakers to win, but the what Curry did, you just gotta appreciate it. And I was just there like, damn, we took an L, but I was, hey, he's that man. So I'm gonna give you the standings. Right now, the Lakers are at 3 with a 16 game. Then you have Denver at 4 at 17.
Okay.
You got Golden State 5th spot, 17.5. You got Minnesota at 18 with the 6th spot. 7 is the Clippers with 18. 8 is Memphis at 18 games. So you're telling me from basically 4th to 8th, it's a game. One game. And we all know 6 is the cutoff. So Memphis, Clippers, Minnesota, Golden State, and Denver, these last 4 or 5 games can dictate if
There's 4 games left?
there's about 4 or 5 games left.
Oh, damn. The playoffs is really, really around the corner.
It's around the corner, and these games are very, very crucial.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it's big.
I'm over here thinking we still got like 2 weeks left.
Nobody, no.
We have
Well,
until
maybe
Friday.
2 weeks left in
sorry?
the 6
We
game.
have until Friday.
Friday's the last day of basketball.
Yeah.
Of NBA. Well, regular
Oh.
season NBA basketball.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right now you have the Lakers again face Thunder, the Mavericks, the
And that
Rockets.
game is where? Like what? That game is in OKC? Or
That
today they played in
game,
OKC.
I think they played in LA.
So that game will be in OKC.
So yeah, they actually were both in OKC. Wow.
Oh, that's a little interesting.
Yeah, they play again Tuesday. At 8. And again at OKC. So the standings is very, very tight. And as of right now, if it were to end, Denver would have faced Golden State. And obviously we won't really know the matchups for the 6, 7, and 8 because obviously because of the whole play-in. So it gets very, very crucial for Denver, Golden State. Obviously still the Lakers and Minnesota because they're a game apart.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It is very, it's insane. Which, for now, it looks, if they continue to win out games and be even, Denver and Golden State would be round 1.
Denver and Golden State.
It would be round 1 matchup.
Oh yeah, I don't think Denver wants that.
I don't think so either. And at 3, which the Lakers can still fall in there because only 1 game up,
Okay.
they can also either face Denver or Golden State first round. Yep.
Oh, it's really getting crazy.
And with that said, Minnesota can somehow be in that first round with either Lakers, Denver, or Golden State. It is very, very. It's going to be a very interesting four games left. So I just wanted to bring that up because it is still, without a doubt, very in question the seeding for the Western Conference. So I wanted to bring that up because I've been keeping a close eye on it. I also want to give a shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had a loss in overtime, and then Ant-Man was like, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot with 2 guys on me and pull a Kobe and hits a 3 to ice the game and win. And give a shout out to them because, like I said, they are like an up and down team, but Ant is finding a way to muster up some wins. So that'll be close to see. We talked about the Lakers. I'm not stressed.
Okay.
When you got LeBron owns OKC. When we talk about Luka Doncic and the 30-point game, he owns them boys. I'm not stressed. The way they played today was great. Gabe Vincent went off. Smith went off. And when you got Luka being efficient and on ball, they're hard to beat. They are very hard to beat. And especially, crazy to say, that your boy had 0 free throws.
Well, this is
0 free throws.
this is also a 180 because the last game that the Lakers had, what day was that? I think Saturday, right? If I'm correct or not, where you were reading to me that Gabe Vincent had a bad game. You were telling me that a lot of the bench didn't play well, and now this game they beat out OKC.
Yeah, by 30.
And now you're telling me a whole different story that
So that game's difficult because not only Luka played bad, but also your bench played bad. You had Smith shoot 0 for 5 from 3 last game against Golden State. You had Gabe Vincent go ahead and shoot, I think it was 1 for 4, so he wasn't playing well. And when you don't have your bench playing well and your star player in Luka, I think he was 1 for 7 from 3 against Golden State, and he was playing off ball. And respected, AR was going off and LeBron was going off, but you can see that Luka wasn't really Luka in that game, and they made sure to take him out his rhythm.
He wasn't Doncicing.
He was not Doncicing. But like I said, everyone was kind of harping on that, like, oh, they're picking on him, and if his defense is not going to be good, he's got to be damn near good on offense.
Damn.
Papi,
You were right.
one game is okay, but in a 7-game series, Luka's not going to do that 4 times.
Right.
So this whole stress and roller coaster, I'm not hopping on.
Well,
Because consistently, yeah, his numbers, field goal percentage is off, but it's not going to be back-to-back games.
Yeah.
And depending on who they're playing, they played them differently today where they got switches and they had Hartenstein guarding Luka. So when you have switches like that and you're going to play him a little different and not trap, which some people love to do that against them, they didn't get the ball off his hands. He's going to get a 30 ball. He's going to shoot really, really well. So
hey, your boy Kendrick said it the best, bro. You better come with 3 switches. Read between the lines.
yeah, bro. So, and then I wanted to speak about a little bit about OKC because my thing is, I think they're in a uncharted territory.
Yeah, they definitely are, and OKC plays in the whole scenario that you just brought up, right? You just brought up that Doncic, yeah, he had a bad game, but when it comes to playoff times, you're not going to get that 4 games in a row. You're not going to get that 2 games in a row. While I think the same way with OKC. Everyone, I know that OKC, they've been playing great all season. Great all season. And this I also think about a team on the East that I think is also in that category. You guys could play great all season in these one-off games, but when it comes to the playoffs where you got to string along 4 wins against the same team, I just don't have faith in you.
So my thing is, right, because they played against Houston, I think it was yesterday, and they lost. And then they went ahead, obviously have a back-to-back, you face the Lakers, and you lose. But my thing is with them, they're in uncharted territory because the gap from first and everyone else is 17 games. So they're up by a margin.
Yeah.
So like a Miami Heat or the Lakers back then and the Spurs, they knew how to go ahead and coast.
Right.
And I think because they're up large, they don't know, do I play hard this game or do I go 50%? They haven't found that, and you're in uncharted territory because you're like, I don't want to get hurt, but we got to play well. We got to get into a rhythm. Yeah. We got 4 games
keep
left.
The rhythm.
Yeah, and right now you're kind of seeing that. Do I put the foot on the gas? Yeah. Do I not? And, now because of that, they got 2 game skid. You got to face the Lakers again. And I'm obviously sure that we're going to get the best of OKC, especially losing by 30. We're going to see a different ball game. But with that said, it's like, damn, I take the foot off the gas. Now I got to turn it back on for the Lakers. Yeah. And then now I got to take it back off because we only got 2 games left. Right, and we're maybe going to sit players. So what that does is, in a big scheme of things, you just played 6 games and you only really played hard for 1. And then you go in the first seed and then you have to play a team that may be riding hard. Pause. But going in, playing playoff basketball because they needed to fight for every game, thinking we're in rhythm, we're here.
Yeah.
Where then, the mistake happens where you might get beat first round because you haven't been playing consistently enough to go ahead and beat a team who's rolling into the playoffs.
Especially if it ends up being a team that not only is rolling into the playoffs, but have been in here and know what it takes to win, like a Golden State.
Or Clippers back in that area.
So that can be very, very sticky for the Thunder, and I think you're right. I think they need to figure out how to really just coast or keep that winning mentality regardless of how hard they play, because we say this all the time. We said it even last year to OKC and Minnesota. This is all great and dandy, but the playoffs is a completely different beast, and people understand how to fight against that beast. I know we already broke down that Denver might play Golden State and that might be tricky, but guess what? Golden State and Denver been there. Yeah. They held that championship trophy up high. They know what it takes to win. They know what the playoffs hold. OKC, I'm not saying you haven't been here, but you haven't showed any of us, at least on this pod, what it takes to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
All these beautiful stats and stuff during the regular season is cute. But just like our boy Aaron Judge, once you hear the word playoffs, you guys are like little toddlers. And that's why we mean that OKC, I think, is a fluke, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. Like I said, they definitely have to prove us wrong, especially this go around. Especially because they had a high standard last year, and being that 1-2 seed, and then again with the margin that they're having, especially having a deep bench, having the star or MVP to people's eyes, that hey, this is your opportunity to go ahead and win. So the circumstances that Denver is not as healthy, and you have a team like the Lakers who supposedly doesn't have a center, a true center, and you have a Golden State team right now who looks to be the second best team in the West. You're thinking, mate, this is your opportunity. This is your window. You got to make sure you close out if you're OKC. Because you don't want to miss your window of opportunity winning now, especially how young you are. You can start build now, win now, and you certainly can win later.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough, and I can't wait. I know Jeff said that playoffs start after Friday, so we're it's really. I know I said it to start the topic, but it really is around the corner. So it's about to be a fun time. Right now, the rest of April into May. Sticking to basketball, but our last real quick basketball take. The NBA Hall of Fame. I guess new Hall of Famers. I don't know how, or whatever. Inductees have been announced. To be honest, I didn't read the list, even though I do know about 6 of them that make it. I'm only here to give kudos to 2. To 2. The rest of y'all, congratulations for making the NBA Hall of Fame. I know it's not an easy thing, even though if you ask me particularly, I'm not going to speak for the rest of the guys on the spot. If you ask me in particular, it's a very watered-down success type of accolade. But whatever, we're not going to have that conversation today.
Yeah.
But for 2 of y'all, Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard, congratulations for making the NBA Hall of Fame. You two definitely deserve it, not only in impact, because we can all have conversations day in and day out about Carmelo not having a championship trophy, but guess what? Without it, he made such an impact in his NBA. What's the word that I want? I mean, a lot of kids look up to him now. Yeah. Like, if you ask a lot of kids, it's still going to be LeBron. Now, a few kids have been saying Paul George. But a lot of players are going to mention Carmelo Anthony because that last year or 2 in Denver and then the 6 years in New York, boy.
Yeah.
Boy. And obviously your championship time in Syracuse. That was a fun time in college basketball. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, he's got three gold medals.
Yeah. Well, I think you are considered, like...
Mr. Olympian.
Yeah, like the Mr. Olympian or whatever. Like, you're the USA great, or the greatest, or the GOAT, whatever you want to call it. Dwight, same thing for you. I know a lot of people put smite on your name, regardless of off-court stuff.
Yeah.
But on the court, you did it. You did it. Yeah. Champion with the Los Angeles Lakers. A few defensive man of the year trophies. Okay.
When he's with the Magics, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and that Laker championship really showed me how impactful of a player you are. And it shows. Even after you left, it shows that maybe the Lakers probably should have re-signed you. Yeah. And didn't just part ways with you. But congratulations to the both of you. I think both of you, the rest of the inductees as well. Yeah. But like I said, I'm only here for you two. But congratulations to all. You guys truly deserve it. To end the pod.
Yeah.
I'm here to bring up to you guys a real simple news, because it is news. It's not rumor. It has been confirmed.
Wow.
For this upcoming NFL season, the first down polls are no longer going to be on the field.
I did hear that.
We are now going to have first downs recorded by camera.
Yeah.
Not recorded, but it's going to be determined by a camera-based system.
Yeah.
Just real quick from the both of you, how do we feel about this?
Bro, it's been like this forever.
Okay.
And I get it. I'm a Bills fan. I'm a Josh Allen fan. But leave it the way it is.
Someone brought up that there's been 3 different rule changes, and it's been after Bills losses.
And who do they lose to?
No, of course. No, I'm with you.
Like,
Of course, but
you know what it is? It's very crucial moments. Like that call, Tom Brady went ahead. It happened to Mahomes. Then Mahomes does it to Josh Allen. Then it gets changed. Then obviously now that call, where some people think that he was over the line. Some other people think he wasn't. So that controversial call was huge because that was honestly the game right there.
Yeah.
Bills get that first down, they most likely win that game.
right.
So I think I understand why it's being implemented, but like the same thing I said with baseball, there's just certain things that shouldn't get touched, and I think that's one of them.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I'm always going to root for the side of let's not change something that's just been working. Like no one. I don't think anybody has complained about, oh, why are we still using chains? Now, if people are, we're not hearing it.
Yeah.
The other thing too, why I kind of like this, I feel bad for those that had a job doing that.
Yeah.
Like now they don't have a job. Like now, everything that we've been hearing about, we're about to enter the AI phase, and a lot of people are about to lose their job. This is one of them, and now that's kind of sad. I don't think I like that. But the NFL is taking a step. We are going to see it implemented in the next season, and I guess we're going to see how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they have at least chains on the sideline just in case a mishap
Like a backup
does
plan?
happen.
Okay.
Where, hey, it may not be online. Hey, we're gonna have to use the chains.
Yeah, like it's not working or something.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that should be the case. I mean, they do make a lot of money, so.
Okay. Jefferson, anything on that? Or I know we're going through technical difficulties over there that you're trying to figure out, but
Nah, I mean, the world is changing. So I mean, everything is going into AI. The same thing as like people that work in warehouses, they're going into
yeah, don't remind me.
machines are gonna be doing it themselves. But I mean, yeah, it sucks for everybody. I think there's gonna be obviously technical difficulties when it comes down to this is their first year doing this. But I mean, over time, it's gonna change. And the same thing with what Eli said. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have chains there.
But are you gonna change?
Am I gonna change?
Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna be the one running the AI.
Ooh. Bro, I'm gonna change like the calendar, bro.
Checkmate. Checkmate on Rey.
Yeah.
And what does Rey stand for in Spanish?
I don't know really.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of the Savages in the Box. We truly appreciate We truly appreciate you guys tuning in.
Sure.
Listen, I didn't say it at the top of the episode, but I'm going to say it now. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. We have been feeling a lot of love for you guys, especially in our episode/shorts. We're seeing a lot of bit more love. Now, what we're not seeing is it's about 70% of y'all aren't subscribed.
Lock into that.
So, but the same time that you're watching this, there's on both, on the main episode and on the short, there's a very, not very small, but there's a small button that says subscribe. While you're watching it, while you're listening to Eli talking about how OKC is a fluke, just hit the subscribe button. Even if you are an OKC fan, maybe next week OKC shows us out and now we're giving you guys kudos. So do us the favor. It only takes 2 seconds. Boom, hit the subscribe button. Now you're part of the Salvajes. That's all I'm asking for, okay? The rest, though, you guys that are listening, make sure you give us the follow, the 5 stars. If you guys want to support us, there is an option to give us $4.99 so we can continue giving you guys great and more content. As well as head over to Patreon because we have uncut episode and extra Patreon exclusive episodes. We might have been slacking a little bit on the Patreon exclusive, but we will be getting back to that very, very soon. So please head over there, not only to support us, but tune in on very funny and special Patreon exclusive episodes over there. We have produced a few of them on the main channel, on the YouTube channel, and a lot of you guys enjoyed those very well. So why wait a month or two? Just head over to Patreon. It's only $5 a month. $5 a month. You get not only an uncut version, you get those Patreon exclusive episodes and don't have to wait a month or two for it to hit the YouTube. Be early to the conversation, all right? You don't want to be at the water cooler and everybody's talking about why Ray said Jeff can't hit a freaking fastball, and you're there waiting like, what are you talking about? I didn't see that on YouTube. My bad, Jeff. I had to use you real quick as a scapegoat. All right? So just do that. Just do that for us. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Make sure you tell someone you love them. We love you guys. And we'll check you guys next time.
Peace.